Hello. So I'm gonna go over a bit of like the essential steps I did in task one, along with like some intermediate results, and eventually I'll just show the completed results of the lab. And I'm gonna use the documents from task one here to help show the results. Um, so to get started, you can see here that I'm using VirtualBox. So I did the installation on Windows computer. Um, because apparently VMware, you'd have to get approved by USC and it will take a couple of days. So that's why I just decided to use VirtualBox. Um, so yeah, I followed the instructions here and just downloaded Ubuntu. I think it's like version 20-ish, I think. And um, yeah, so I followed the specifications where it said like, oh, at least 2 gigabytes of RAM. I allowed 16 gigabytes of RAM and 50 gigabytes of disk space. And instead of one processor, it's going to be using six. So it's pretty fast for a virtual machine, I'd say. And um, yeah, so I did the instructions here about installing Python and tutorials and getting familiar with Python. So, if you want to see the result from the basic script, um, yeah, here shows that it was successfully installed to Python 3.10. Um, so here's the Python task that the basic one where it's just to enter your name. But again, it gets a bit more complex with the web scraping task. Um, I installed the required libraries, requests, and Beautiful Soup, but it's like uh, I ended up like not needing to use requests because I had an issue with the. I could just show you. I ended up installing Virtual Studio because it's easier to code with for me. But yeah, using requests made it so it just like scrapes the HTML code immediately and does not dynamically load. So some of the parts of the website were lost. And one of the parts that was lost was the getting the market card data. So for like the stock price, the change percentage, which we needed for the next step. So um, the the way I got around that was to use Selenium, where they um, dynamically load the website and everything was there from the website, so I didn't have any issues after that. So that was one hurdle. Um, yeah, and I made sure to like put the data in the raw data folder and followed all the steps. And another task I had to do was the data filtering task. Can see the code right here. So basically, this code just filters and stores the market data and latest news data in terms of lists. So we have the market symbols, stock positions, and change percentage. We use the beautiful soup, the find all function, and it found it from its beautiful soup class. And so then these are just like lists, and at the end, I put them into data frames so I could easily save them as CSVs because that was the preferred format in the instructions. And then in the end they asked for like some print statements for each step, so I just included those in there. Okay, getting back to the website. And yeah, that was so the bulk of the project was to basically just read this website, CNVC, um, and to um, web scrape it. So how I chose which um, classes to web scrape, I would just go to, let me pull up the website here. So yeah, here's the website, and here's you can see the green area where the part that was dynamically loaded, and you would not see that if you were using the request package. Um, and here's the latest news that you want us to web scrape. And I would find it by just looking into the elements and seeing where it all resides. Uh, Kind of just find it when it's all highlighted. But yeah, I see the root, and then from there you go just down until you get to the part where it's the section you'd like to web scrape, and then get the class name, and from that you're able to extract the data. So yeah, um, I have my files here where it's just tasks, data scripts, and yeah, um, made sure to code it using the terminal, or not code it, but like running all the commands on the terminal because that's what it asked for in the instructions. But yeah, my VirtualBox crashed the night before, so many of the commands are like more explanation. It's kind of lost, and like I can't really just do the make directories again or make the folders and files again because I already made them. So yeah, this is about it for my project. Uh, Thank you for watching, and yeah, thanks.